Yeah, what up, guys? Back again with another Draftkings video on the UFC on Fox card. WEIDMAN versus Gastelum. So we got some Draftkings MMA this weekend. It's actually fucking tomorrow. So, once again, I'm late on making these fucking videos. As you can see, the contest or whatever goes up in like 10 hours. But whoever sees this shit, I'm gonna go ahead and share you guys my favorite picks. But I'll go ahead and go through the whole card and let me know or let you guys know what I think about it, and like which fighter I would prefer or whatever. So first fight, we got Frankie Perez against Chris Wade. So I'm going with Wade on this one, and as a DraftKings play, his scoring average is 73 points. 2-fight losing streak against really good grapplers, and he was still actually able to score in losses 35 and 31 points. So what this means is this guy grapples a lot, and even when he was getting out grappled, somehow this guy was still able to score some points. So pretty much if you pick Chris Wade, his opponent he's fighting, that guy doesn't really got any like huge power or anything in his punches, and his grappling's okay. So I believe Chris Wade here could be a really good play to score you guys a lot of points. Reason being is that he's going to be using some takedowns, and as you guys already know, takedowns give you a lot of points now on DraftKings for MMA. You get about 5 points per fucking takedown. So this guy gets a couple takedowns on you, then he's already scoring some fucking points. So I think this guy will probably get at least minimum not three, maybe 3 or 4 takedowns in the fight. 3 or 4 takedowns. That's not counting the ADVCs or the advancements, aka the passes on the ground, passing the guard and all that stuff. Not counting the significant strikes. So right away, if I'm giving him 4 takedowns, that's already 20 points. That's not even him counting the win. If he wins, that's 30 more points. That's already 50 points. Now you count the strikes he's landing. His average strikes look to be about like 30. So 30 significant strikes, that's what 15 points, so that's 65. Some passes here and there, you're looking at about this guy probably getting like 80 points. So his average is actually pretty on point. So yeah, I would pick Chris Wade on this one. Perez, you never know, maybe this guy could pull out a win. But yeah, he got out grappled in his last fight, and I expect that to happen again. For the next fight, Pepe versus Shane Burgos, my favorite here. One of my favorite plays here is Shane Burgos. Well priced. He's a big favorite. I think he's the biggest favorite on the card, and he's not even the most expensive guy on DraftKings. So yeah, I think it's a really solid pick a really solid play to pick him. He scores 90 average points. His last fight, he won 3rd round knockout, 94 points. The guy he's fighting has a questionable chin, and he's susceptible to getting clipped because he has poor striking defense. So I expect Pepe to get pretty much fucked up in this fight. Pepe does have some good striking, but he's more of a ground specialist. As you guys can see, this guy wins a lot in the first round with submissions. So unless this guy catches him with some crazy shit, flying armbar or something like that, I think more than likely he's gonna lose. But on the other hand, if you guys want to go with Pepe, he's not a bad play. He's all GPP. He could score really fucking high. He's a first round finisher. He's aggressive. He's dangerous. So if he wins, he's gonna win fast. So Pepe's not a bad play, but I really think Burgos is gonna finish him. So yeah, I got Burgos winning that fight, and I expect him to score at least 90 points for sure. Next fight, Albini versus Tim Johnson, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick the newcomer on this one. First of all, it's a heavyweight fight. I'm not too impressed with Tim Johnson. Just kind of seems like an all-around type of guy. And as you guys can see in his scoring, he doesn't score that high, and his salary is 9K. So I mean, maybe he could get a finish here, but from what I've seen, his last finish was against Abdurakhimov, and that was a while back, 2015. So maybe Tim Johnson wins by decision, but I'm gonna take a poke, on Junior Albini here, and hope he gives me at least a win. But if he gets a knockout, I'm gonna be fucking laughing to the bank, because I got this guy on my lineups, and I think he's a good sleeper play at only 7,200. So yeah, I like Albini on this fight. Next fight, Marlon Vera and Brian Keller. I'm not playing at all in this fight. I think Keller wins. We haven't seen too much from him in the UFC, but he did get that quick first round finish. I don't see it happening this time. I see this fight probably going to decision. And I see him just kind of outscoring him. Maybe he can land a lot of takedowns or you know, stuff like that and rack up some points, but I don't think he's worth that price. So I'm staying away from that fight. But if you want to put him on a cash game, he's a very safe play. So just think about that. Next fight, Kennedy versus Bochniak. I like Kennedy here, undefeated. All about the fucking takedowns, and that's what we like here on DraftKings. Last fight, 8 takedowns, pretty much 100 points scored. He's fighting Kyle Bochniak. This guy actually does have some good takedown defense, but you know, it's not gonna hold up against Kennedy. Kennedy's a lot bigger, and he's just better all around, better striker, way better fucking wrestling. So yeah, I see Kennedy outclassing him, and I actually do think he's worth the price because I expect him to get a lot of takedowns compared to Keller. I don't know what he's really gonna do, you know, in the fight. So I think Kennedy wins. I think he wins by decision. So you know, if you want the quick finish, don't pick him, but he's another good safe cash game play, and also, you know, good as a GBP play also because he could still score high because of the grappling. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that fight, guys. I got Kennedy on that one. Chase Sherman versus Damian Grabowski. For sure I'm not picking this guy. Look at this guy, motherfucking Grabowski, guys. His average is fucking half a point, and he's had 2 UFC fights. That's fucking horrible. There's no way I'm gonna pick that guy. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Sherman on this one. I actually was thinking about going all Sherman, but I mean, I don't want to fucking have one of those lineups where, you know, I'm all in on someone and they end up fucking losing, because I hate when that shit happens. It always ends up happening, guys. Normally when I win, I'm getting 5 out of 6 on my picks. You know, 5 out of 6 of the fighters that I picked or whatever, 5 win, and I only got one guy fucking me over. So yeah, hopefully Sherman doesn't fuck me over here. I feel very confident. Yeah, he's the better striker, a lot of power. His last fight, it was a fucking brawl. He scored a shit ton of significant strikes. I don't see this fight being a brawl. I see him just kind of knocking him out clean in the first round. So for sure this guy's scoring 90, potential of probably maybe 105. So I like Sherman here, and man, I think he's going to be highly owned. So just think about that. But yeah, I don't think anybody should pick Grabowski. So I mean, he could be a good sleeper play, but yeah, I don't see it happening. I don't see him winning. Let me drink a little bit of this protein here. Hold up, guys. Oh yeah. All right. Next fight, LaFleur versus Alex Oliveira. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm going with LaFleur. This guy's very similar to it's kind of similar to the Kennedy fight, except LaFleur does have a chance of getting knocked out clean. Oliveira does have some power and whatnot, and he also has some grappling himself. But LaFleur's the bigger guy. He's gonna wrestle the fuck out of him. His last fight, he only scored 66 points. I mean, I don't know how high this guy could score, but I mean, if he gets a lot of takedowns, which is possible, and I think maybe he probably will, he could score at least 80 minimum from points. I don't think he gets the finish. I think he wins by decision also. Like I said, this guy's a similar play to Kennedy, but he's a lot fucking cheaper than Kennedy. He's only 8,200. So if you guys really like LaFleur, man, he's really good, and like really good value there on that price right there. Alex Oliveira, obviously a lot of people are thinking maybe he gets the win here, but I don't see it happening. Wouldn't be shocked, but I don't see it happening. I see Oliveira getting, like I said, out grappled. So I got LaFleur on this one, guys. Next fight, Anders versus Natal. I'm picking the newcomer here, Eric Anders. This guy's a finisher. I'm just not impressed at all with Natal. Natal's on a 2-fight losing streak. He got knocked out in his last fight, so maybe that chin's a little bit questionable here. Yeah, I kind of just expect Anders to bulldoze him. And actually, in the odds, Anders actually is the favorite. And look at the fucking price. He's actually really fucking cheap, and he's actually the favorite. So yeah, you know, Anders is the fucking favorite in the betting odds. Yet he's the cheaper guy on DraftKings. So that's really good. You know, we could take advantage of that shit. I mean, Natal's a veteran. Maybe he could pull off the win here, but I think Anders starts out fast and probably gets a first or second round knockout. So yeah, I'm picking Anders, and man, with that fucking price, he's another one of those guys I'm gonna be playing, on GPP. Next fight, Zaleski versus Lemon Good. This guy's on a 2-fight win streak. He's a striker. Also has some submissions, I think. As you can see in his last fight, he had a takedown. Not too much action in the last fight, actually. He kind of got out-grappled a little bit. Still scored 58 points. Against Akhmedov, he got the knockout, 92 points. Lemon Good here. In the UFC, he was able to get a second-round knockout, scored 111. This guy's explosive. He's well-rounded. Heavy hitter. I expect Good to win the fight. I mean, I was kind of thinking about it. Maybe Zaleski could be another one of those good cheap guys to play on your lineups, because he's only 7,700. So he's a good price, and I mean, maybe it could be a really competitive fight. I mean, Lemon Good, guys, has not fought since 2015. It's pretty much been 2 years for this guy. So I'm kind of afraid, how he's going to come out in this fight. So, maybe don't go all in on Lemon Good, but yeah. Either way, I'm going with Good. I think that he actually wins by decision. I think Zaleski's a pretty durable guy, but I wouldn't be surprised if Good got the knockout either. But yeah, I'm picking Lemon Good. His value doesn't have a lot of value, but I think he gets the win, and there's always a potential for the knockout with that guy. So yeah, I like Lemon Good. Next fight, Jimmie Rivera versus Thomas Almeida. I'm picking Rivera on this one. This guy's coming off a win against Faber. I just think Almeida, his durability is a question. His striking defense sucks. He's a good multi-striker. Obviously, Almeida's he was a killer, man. He was fucking really scoring fucking high, and then out of nowhere, Garbrandt came and knocked him the fuck out. And then he bounces back against Morales. He knocks him out. So it's like, oh yeah, Almeida's back. But Morales isn't really that good, and Morales was still actually able to hurt him in the fight. Rivera has some sharp-ass boxing, really quick hands. Also excellent kicks, and also has a wrestling background, so he could employ a wrestling game plan, maybe get some takedowns here, like he did against Alcantara. As you can see, he actually had 3 takedowns against Alcantara, but mostly Rivera does like to strike, so we could maybe see a finish here. I kind of see the fight going to decision, but like I said, it's MMA, unpredictable. Rivera has potential to get the finish here if he stays on the feet. Almeida, he could be a good cheap play. He's well priced, 7,800. And he does throw a lot of strikes per minute, so he could be a good play, but I think Rivera gets the win. So I'm sticking Rivera on this one, and he's also priced really well at 8,300. So should be a fun fight, but I got Rivera. Villante against Patrick Cummins. So this guy's coming off a knockout against Shogun Hua, I mean. Yeah, his scoring's kind of average, 60 points. Patrick Cummins scores a little bit more. He's coming off a win against Blachowicz, a fight where he was getting rocked. Whatever, he survived, got the takedowns, and he scored a hefty amount of points at 85 points. So, yeah, he scored pretty well there. The reason he scores well is because of his takedowns. Villante actually has some decent takedown defense, but I think, he's still susceptible to getting taken down. A lot of people think this is kind of like a tailor-made matchup for Villante. Both these guys are the same price, so I mean, it kind of depends who you really want. And like I said, this is like the closest fight on the card, and I was having some difficulties picking one of the fighters, but I went ahead and picked Patrick Cummins, guys. I just like him for DraftKings because of the takedowns, but Villante could also get the knockout here, so it's kind of like a kill or be killed type of fight. Someone's gonna get finished here, I believe. More than likely, if someone's gonna get the finish, it's gonna be Villante knocking out Cummins. And if Cummins wins, it's more likely going to be him just, winning by decision by getting a lot of takedowns. So I expect, if Cummins does win, I expect him to score high because his takedowns, he scores a lot of takedowns per fight. His last fight, 3 takedowns. Against Teixeira, 4. Against Feixal, 8 takedowns. So you're looking at about an average about 4 fucking takedowns. I think the UFC stats was like 6 takedowns or something like that. So yeah, I like Cummins because of his takedowns, and yeah, that's gonna score points. So I got Cummins, but it's a close fight, guys. Next fight, co-main event, Elkins against Bermudez. Elkins is on a big win streak. Was getting destroyed in his last fight and was able to pull off that fucking win. It was a big shocker. Anyways, Bermudez, that's the guy I'm gonna pick, guys. He did lose the last fight against Korean Zombie. He got knocked the fuck out. Normally when Bermudez loses, it's because he fights a heavy-handed guy and he gets taken out of there early. Yeah, Elkins isn't that guy. Elkins is pretty much a lower level version of Bermudez. Bermudez is going to be better all around, better striking, better wrestling, probably even better cardio. The durability, I'll give Elkins the durability, but other than that, I think Bermudez beats him everywhere else. He's not even a bad price, $8,700. I think maybe he should probably be like $9,000 range. But yeah, I think Bermudez here is a very safe play. I think he gets the win. As far as him getting the finish, I don't see him really getting a finish here. It's possible though, maybe like a late finish. But I see Bermudez just out grappling him. Elkins doesn't really have a good takedown defense, so I see him out grappling him, getting the takedowns, getting significant strikes on the ground, and probably scoring similar to the Jason and Kawajiri fights, like 80 something points, almost 90 points there. So I expect him to get at least minimum 75 points, maybe up to 90 points. So yeah, I got Bermudez. All right, now for the co-main event. Let me go ahead and drink a little bit more of this shit. Hold up. All right, we got Chris Weidman against Kelvin Gastelum. Weidman's on a long losing streak, 3-fight losing streak. Not looking good at all for Chris Weidman here. Lost his last 3 fights, all by knockout. Yeah, this guy's not looking too good. Actually, in his last fight, he actually landed 4 takedowns against Musasi, and it seems like he's getting a takedown in every fight. So it's safe to say he's gonna get a takedown at least once against Gastelum. The thing about Gastelum is he's on a 3-fight win streak and has good wrestling himself, and is by far the better striker. He has way better boxing. He's way quicker on the feet, whereas Weidman's a lot slower and a lot sloppier on the feet. I really like Gastelum, guys, so you know, it's not like I'm like a fanboy or some shit like that, but you know, I believe Gastelum here is gonna be able to outstrike him. He's a really good price. This fight could go all 5 rounds, so I mean, it could go all 5 rounds, but I mean, maybe I could see Gastelum here getting a 3rd or 4th round finish. It wouldn't be a bad play to play Weidman also, because you know, maybe he's gonna score some points here and there also, since it could go almost like 4 rounds. But yeah, I think Gastelum's gonna get the win, and I think he's gonna get like a 4th round knockout. And he's gonna score high. This guy lands a lot of fucking strikes, you know, per minute. You guys look at his last fight. I mean, 126 points. Before that, against Kennedy, 91 points. Against Hendricks, 92. This guy lands a lot of significant strikes, and yeah, Weidman, you know, he's become very hittable. And even though Weidman's gonna be the way bigger guy, I see Gastelum landing a lot of strikes, scoring a lot of points. I don't see Gastelum at all wanting to engage in the wrestling, guys, unless he sees Weidman's tired, goes for the takedown, and maybe just smashes him on the ground with some ground and pound to get the finish. But other than that, I mean, I really see Gastelum keeping the fight on the feet, and I see Gastelum landing a shit ton of strikes and eventually getting the knockout in the 4th round. So I like Gastelum. And yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for my DraftKings. You know, I guess, well, not lineup, but you know, just to go over all the DraftKings fighters or whatever. You know, let you guys know what I think about all the fights. So my favorite plays is gonna be, my favorite cheap play would be, where is he at? Fucking Eric Anders. I think it's very possible he gets the win, and at that price tag, that's all we really need is a win. But he's also, you know, it's also very possible for him to get the finish here. So I really like Anders, and yeah, that would do really good on the lineups right there. So he's one of my favorite plays, my favorite cheap play. My favorite expensive play, or favorite play, I guess you want to call it, would have to be where is he at? Shane Burgos. Where the fuck is he? He's fucking hiding. There he is. Shane Burgos against Pepe. Pepe's gonna get knocked out, guys. Burgos is gonna dump on him. And yeah, so it's gonna be Shane Burgos, guys. My favorite play on the card. That's, you know, an expensive fighter. You know, a higher salary cap. He's gonna score high. He's gonna knock out Pepe, and he's really well priced. Only 8,700, which he should really be like 9,000 something. So yeah, those are my 2 favorite plays. My cheap play, like I said, was, where the fuck is he? Where the fuck's that motherfucker at? Eric Anders. That's my cheap play, my favorite cheap play. And my favorite expensive play would be Shane Burgos. But also another good play, guys, Chase Sherman. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Let me know what you guys think about my picks. Let me know who you guys got on your lineup, or who's your guys' favorite plays. And yeah, let's go ahead and enjoy the fights. Let's hope we win some money. What else to say here? I think that's about it. Yeah. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I'm gonna be doing more of these videos for you guys, and yeah, hope we win some money. I'll be back to tell you guys to see if I won or not. And yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, and catch you guys on the next video.